Right. I just thought I'd do a little piece on AI, generative AI, in particular, the fact that this image here was generated by in Photoshop, which the generate image uses the Firefly 3 engine, and therefore it has a bit of an issue with human beings, which we can see here. Now, I quite like this picture of a village that I got it to generate. I just don't like these people. This one here is not too bad. This one clearly has issue with face, little face sticking here, face, and that one almost might be acceptable. So I'll send that through to Photoshop. Oops. Send it through to Photoshop. Now, generative AI stuff is generally not too bad. Sometimes I have a few issues, but we'll start with the relatively simple ones. This one here, it's got no shadow, so it should be relatively simple. And I'm going to do these one at a time, just to be on the safe side. Options are that's probably the better option. Keep in mind we're zoomed in here, so things like this won't be too visible from when it's zoomed out. It's a reasonably fast process. Yep, that's okay. That's actually quite good, that one. Now we've got this dude here. Include there, a little bit of shadow there. What I do is turn it on and off once I've chosen the one I think's about right, just to see what it looks like. Goodness knows what it was trying to create here. Definitely not a human being. While I'm at it, I might as well take this one here out as well. Remembering to include the shadow down by the feet. Now the other thing to do over here is that there looks up close, that looks a little bit odd. So it's worth giving it a try and see what it comes up with. We may be stuck with that, what should be an elbow and part of an arm. We may be stuck with that because it may not be able to fix it, but no, no. If I change the opacity just a little bit, I can get somewhere between the fix and the original. And it sort of looks like a puffy sleeve. Now this over here, I'm not too happy with this. So what I might do is just come down here, and that bit on the wall I'm not too impressed with either. Goodness knows what this giant is here, but see, that smoothed that out. This here can come out along with that whole piece there. See if we can create a better outcome there. This is the one problem with Adobe's Firefly and its lack of ability to create people in these sorts of situations. It does pretty poorly, but the rest of this is not too bad. This bit can come out. I'm presuming that's supposed to be a human being with a backpack, but it looks a bit rubbish. That looks better. And I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to be, so I'll deal with that as well. Yep. Now I'll just zoom out again. Just have a bit of a look. Yeah, I think I will definitely get rid of this one on the left. The one on the right can stay because it's looking from behind and you can't really tell it's, well, it represents a human being, but it doesn't look too bad from behind. This can come out. That doesn't look too bad. So village, there's only one person out in the village. I'm not sure I need this texture down the side here. Because from a photographic point of view, it's a little bit distracting. So we'll remove that as well. There's some bits up here that need dealing with. We'll worry about that in a minute. Yeah, that's better. Now I'll make a stamp of that and I'll zoom out a little bit. Go to the crop tool, because right on the edge here, we're missing the top of this building here. So what I might do is see how good a job it's going to do if I stretch that up. And we can imagine the top of the building's about there. up there. Generative expand. My only concern is how it's going to deal with this side and the other side. It may do some weird stuff up here, and the top of this roof might get a bit weird. But no, that was okay. We've got what looks like a window here with light in it. We've got what looks like a door and some flowers and continuation of a roof. This bit's a little bit odd, but we can fix that by selecting all of that there, going up there and seeing what it comes up with. That spike there is probably not too bad. That one's okay. That one's okay. Not sure I need that spike on top of there. There, that looks not too bad. I'll take that spike out, that loose bit of whatever. These random bits up there. If I zoom in, this one here seems disconnected, so I'll take that out. See what it gives us. Sometimes this generative AI is a little bit hit and miss. Yeah, that's not too bad there. Most of that's okay. It still persists in having something up here. So I might give it another blast and see what we get. Sometimes it takes a while, but it eventually figures out that you don't want something. Like that. Gave me what I wanted. Right. Now, we're okay over here. Just have a general look around. One thing I'm a little bit concerned about is this bit here. On average, that doesn't look too bad from a distance, but when you zoom in, she's a little bit weird. So what I might do is go down to here and down to here and see what it comes up with. See if we can join that together and make it look decent. It's cleaner, I suppose. It's cleaner, I suppose, but let's try down here as well. That's a little better. Now, there's these random bits of tree that are not connected to anything, which I'm not impressed by. So I could use the remove tool for these, but might as well use the generative AI. There, I've got a tidied up version. If I go down to here, cut that off, go hold down Alt, press the little I, see what it looked like before, what it looks like now. Which is actually not too bad. I don't think I need to do any saturation or any adjustments like that. I like the colors. You know, it's very muted and sort of desaturated roofs and stuff, but there's still a bit of color in the sky. So I'm quite happy with that. So I would take that as, I'm a bit this bit down here, this shiny bit down here is a bit distracting, so I might take that out. The only other one that's a little bit odd is this is quite, almost looks like there's a fog here and here. So what I'd be tempted to do is, I'll create a stamp of that for the moment, zoom in, have a closer look, and possibly just see what it comes up with as an option for that. It may not do anything, it may be okay. See what Photoshop comes up with for that. Because it's a little bit it's lacking in detail compared to the rest of the street. See, that's a bit better. It's turned that bit there, got rid of that, and turned that into some bushes going up here and detail of a little hut or something in the background. That sort of looks a lot better in my opinion. Your eye's not drawn to this. Before I did that, your eye was drawn to this lack of detail and brightness, whereas now you're not so drawn to it. There's a couple of variations. That's not a bad one. Toss up between these two, I think. I quite like that one, so I'll keep that one, I think. Now I'll just flatten that, and there's my finished image. A lot of these other ones that it generated a similar situation. A lot of these they're hints of people. If I was to convert this into an oil painting look, which is the other option I could do, some of these might be acceptable. I'd probably get rid of that one. That one's okay. Some of these are okay if this was turned into an oil painting look. That one's got none in it. That one's got a lot that are problematic, which I'd pull out. That one there is not too bad. There's only two people in it, and they don't look too weird, so they'd be okay. The only bit I'd have an issue with is up here. This chimney doesn't seem to do a hell of a lot, so I'd probably select all this and see what it recreates. But yeah, for that one, that's pretty much what I ended up with, and that's what I would accept and put up. A nice village view with street going through here, a bit of cobblestones, I've got a bit of water on them here, these buildings, various structures outside table, person at the outside table here. Yeah,